Baby coming out for Team 8 versus somebody. I didn't actually even see the race there. Too busy faffing around with stream settings. I'd be actually alright with any matchup. Baby's pretty good all around. Even in TVT, he's actually quite good, so that'd be nice. TVZ apparently. Oh, it's Baby versus Soulkey to start off. That's quite a nice matchup. Alright. So I guess Soulkey has to play Brood War today. And that is absolutely fine. He is pretty beast at Brood War, as well as StarCraft 2. Oh, let me get rid of that. Aha. So, TVZ to start off the day, Baby versus Soulkey. This is actually a very good match. Besides Jadon, Baby's probably the strongest player on Team 8. And Soulkey is definitely the strongest player on Stars, so yeah. Two titans clashing here. And here we go into set number 1. It looks like we're going to be on Electric Circuit, perhaps? For some reason, whenever they spawn... No, it's on Ground Zero. I was just going to say, for some reason, whenever they spawn, I can never tell on the minimap whether it's Ash World or like the space platform tile set. And I'm not really sure why. I'm like looking at the minimap right now, like they're different colors, right? I don't know, maybe I'm just like partially colorblind. I can't tell the difference between like, you know, this kind of dark brownish gray versus like the light gray of the space platform. Anyway, so they're going to be horizontal positions, which I think, well, like, let's say if they were vertical positions, I'd say that'd be very nice for Soulkey, because of how Ground Zero is now, with your natural being so easy to meter harass. I would not want to spawn vertical spawns as a Terran against a Zerg. Horizontal positions doesn't quite matter as much. The mutas will have to kind of fly around a little bit out of the way to get to the back of the natural. And also the Overlord Scout will go in the wrong direction, as you can see on the minimap. Meanwhile, it is an Overlord first as well from Soulkey. No silly 9-pull shenanigans, although that's like extremely rare in CBT anyway. So, looks like, ooh, a gas here for Baby. Did he make a depot yet? I think he did. Alright, I wasn't paying attention. No, he did make a depot. And we do have a 12 hatch from Soulkey, so Baby going for some kind of fast tech here, and he's not walling in, which is interesting. He's kind of like sim-citying his mineral line. Usually when you go for a tech play, you wall in your ramp, just because you generally don't have that many Marines early on. You're spending all your money on your tech, so you wanna be able to defend yourself more easily. I mean, this is fine, but this also lets Soulkey scout out pretty easily what's going on here. I mean, if there was a wall at the ramp, the drone might get blocked, but so like if you see a wall at the Terran's ramp in ZVT, you definitely suspect some kind of tech play. Like, you're not certain that it's going to be that, but players who go for like 1-Rex expander for bio openings will almost never wall off. So the wall off would tip off a tech play, but you won't be 100% certain. And the wall off also makes Terran a little bit safer against Lings, I think. Although having said that, I'm not actually sure if you can make a Ling type wall on this map anyway. You can't do it on all maps, in all positions. So, I'm afraid I actually don't know. In the meantime, it is a 3-hatch build from Soulkey, very standard. Not too concerned, it seems, about this tech play. Sometimes you'll see Zerg players react to the fast tech by going for a 2-hatch, some kind of 2-hatch build, like 2-hatch muta. with the early high gun as well, just to defend Vulture. Honestly, I'm actually a little bit surprised that he didn't use that third hatchery to Sim City in his natural. You can see him getting a sunken colony right now. This is a relatively early sunken, just because he knows that you know, the Terran could just get one vulture out and doesn't want to let that guy run into the base. But instead, it's actually going to be a machine shop added on, as well as a command center. Now that machine shop is quite mysterious to me. I would imagine that that's for vulture upgrades. So he could be doing some kind of delayed speed vulture run by or something, or even just going straight for spider mines here. I'm gonna go ahead and say spider mines, because he doesn't actually know exactly what Soulkey's doing. Like, Soulkey could do some kind of crazy 2-edge Hydra aggression, and that would be very bad. So he'd need the spider mines to hold that off. It's probably what he's going for, but I guess we'll see. And it looks like some Link's gonna chase this SCV back a little bit. And Overlord sees the SCVs come back. No lair just yet from Soulkey. Does he at least have a Hydra Den? He must at least have a Hydra Den somewhere. Did he use it to wall in his natural? I think he did. I'm like looking at the minimap because they're not showing it on screen. And ooh, it's gonna be a starport. Okay, so we might actually see a vulture drop here. It's gonna be quite delayed. Like, Soulkey should have Hydras out in good time to stop this. The question is though, like, what does he actually think that Baby is doing? Whoa, hello Marine. Alright, I don't know what that Marine was doing there, but that was a bit of a waste from Baby, a little bit sloppy. And the first Hydralisk is out, gonna start poking this this vulture, and by poking I mean spitting on it, which is a little bit more rude, I guess. Anyway, more vultures coming out. And it was spider mines first, as I said. Looks like the mines at the front of the Zerg base can get cleared out by this Overlord, but of course you can see without a lair the Overlords cannot get speed, so it's going to be difficult for Soulkey to put on any serious aggression. And looks like Baby actually just going to try and take down these Hydras with the Vultures. Looks like he's going to get one of them. Vultures generally not good against Hydralisks. Just like, you know, with just attacking, like not counting their spider mines. But, you know, if you outnumber him and you have an SCV supporting. I mean, you know, it was definitely that SCV that scared the shit out of the Hydras. I mean, that guy was... Whoa. Whoa! Fast Vessel! Baby, this build, man. This build. Alright, Vultures with Mines. Into Fast Science Vessel. I hope he at least, like, gets one siege tank. Because if Overlord speed, like, finished now or in, like, the next minute, he could just, like, die. He's got a bunker and a few mines at his front. Like, that's his entire defense. Like, those Vultures aren't actually going to do anything against these Hydras anymore. But does Soulkey have a lair? See, Soulkey didn't actually go for a fast lair, which is making what Baby's doing relatively safe. I mean, Hydras can kind of A-move across mines, but not as well as you might think, given that they have, like, this basically instant shot, same as, like, Terran Mech. They often just, like, bug out and don't shoot and just die to spider mines. Anyway, it looks like a nice little mine denying these Zergs a third there. The drone probably going to get killed by this Vulture as well. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised that Soulkey just sent the drone there. It should have been fairly obvious that that expansion would have been blocked off by a mine, unless Baby was like being extremely sloppy. But, you know, whatever. It's fine. And looks like we are going to switch back into Bio here. Now, this could be very, very interesting. If Baby doesn't reveal that he switched back into Bio for a little while here, and Soulkey just keeps massing Hydra, Soulkey's unit composition is just going to be god-awful against what Baby's doing. I mean, Mass Hydra is not good against Bio supported by siege tanks. Hydra Lurker, on the other hand, is quite good, at least as far as a mid-game composition. It actually used to be somewhat popular in ZVT to go for a Hydra Lurker instead of like the fast Hive we're seeing nowadays, but yeah, that style's kind of fallen out of favor. And nice little snipe there on the drone, delaying the third once again. And this is really, really painful for Soulkey. You know, he's stuck on 2 bases against the Terran 2 bases, and he might even lose this drone. No, Baby, just missing his timing there. Very, very close. Really good effort by Baby to try and deny that. It's unfortunate for him that it didn't work out, but I mean, he's already delayed that expansion more than enough. He's in a pretty sweet position. The only issue is that since he added on those barracks relatively late, going instead for that fast vessel. His Bioforce is going to be quite small for the time being. Like, he has no opportunity to go and move out. So I think by the time he actually does go out, I'm fairly certain that Soulkey will have an idea of what's going on and will at least have gotten the Lurker upgrade. He doesn't see too many mech units just yet, and looks like, yeah, now the Marine's going to poke out here. So now Soulkey should know what's going on and should immediately be starting Lurker. He might actually be getting mutas right now. Can go for some muta harass. I mean, that's pretty standard against someone who's meching as well. And that's also gonna cut into his gas. Look at this. He's invested in Overlord's speed. I'm pretty sure he's getting mutas right now. That's why all his eggs are hatching simultaneously. So I'm not even sure if he has enough gas for mutas, or sorry, for lurker. For lurkers, but should be saving up for that, because otherwise the Hydras by themselves are really not going to do anything when the Bioforce moves out. Anyway, so the Academy is now finished. That Academy, you do know, is also extremely late. So yeah, not only does he have to actually wait for units, he has to wait for the stim and range. And oh man, the muta's just going in for Soulkey. And as I just said, stim and range probably not done yet. And oh man, he does get the irradiate off though. The muta's going in to try and get the vessels. He's not quite splitting it out properly. Now he splits out the irradiated muta. But man, there's 3 vessels out already. That is ridiculous. He's got to be a little bit careful about irradiate here though, because he could actually get his own SCV line erasered by the mutas. That's right, you can actually erase your SCVs. I think you can erase their probes as well, but it only damages their shields or something. I'm not actually sure about this. Can somebody confirm that? Because, I mean, obviously you don't get... Oh! Nice little bomb there on the vessel. But obviously you don't get science vessels in... or you don't get irradiate in TVP. So I've never heard of probes getting erased, but I'm fairly certain it at least damages your shields. Anyway, the vessel's doing a nice job of denying that muta harass. So this is actually, now that I think about it, this build by Baby is very... It makes a lot of sense. That sounds kind of dumb, but if you think about it, like, his Bioforce, he rushed for the vessel, right? So his Bioforce is small, his Marine upgrades are late. So usually, it's almost like a situation when the Zerg goes for 2-hatch muta against a Terran, where it's like, oh, you know, you try and hit before range finishes, and you do a bunch of sick muta micro. What the hell just happened to my stream? But in this case, it was like super late upgrades, but it didn't matter because he had 3 science vessels already with irradiates. So the mutas just did like almost nothing. See another macro hatchery in the main here, and I haven't seen any lurkers yet, which is slightly concerning because I feel like Baby's gonna start moving out pretty soon here. He's held off the muta harass without really taking too much damage, and oh, another irradiate on the mutas. Looks like not taking a bit of extra damage there. I think he was actually about to like go for a muta bomb on the vessels again, and then he just got irradiated and was just like, what do I do now? Anyway, Baby is really taking charge of this game, and there are a bunch of Hydras out that are just not going to do anything against the Medic Marine. There's 4 siege tanks, and oh, even taking some mine hits. Oh no, Soulkey doesn't even have Hydras anymore. Even if Hydras are bad, I would rather have some Hydras than like no units at all to defend this. And I think Soulkey might just die right here. I don't really see what he can do against this. 3 vessels, 4 tanks, and a bunch of bio supporting it. Oh, that is not ideal. Oh, he does get one of the vessels though. That's a little bit surprising. They were flying over the Bioforce there. Bit of a misstep. And now a bunch of lurkers are morphing, but I don't think those are going to be in time. Even if they finish, the natural's going to be broken here. And the tanks are already sieged up, like, oh, it's not in time. Oh man, and a mass eraser from the science vessels. Oh my god, he's erasing everything. Completely unnecessary, gratuitous eraser there. And oh no, the lurker's even kind of running in a line to go and help defend. Oh god, those siege tanks just murdering the lurkers. Look at that, they can't even attack from the back. They can't even attack. Oh god, the science vessels. GG from Soulkey. I think that one science vessel had like 22 kills or something. Oh man, that's just not even fair. Oh dude. Baby just picking Soulkey apart with that build. Wow.
예, 어떻게 보면 왜 선수들이 전태양 선수에게 전략을 쓰는가를 오늘 경기를 통해서도 한번 확인을 해볼 수도 있어요.
Okay, it appears that my attempts to de-lag my stream somewhat just didn't work at all. So I'm gonna go start poking around other people's streams, see if I can steal a restream from somebody else. I saw Nanashin streaming, but his stream always has like a bunch of weird stuff on it that I don't really